All right. Hello, hello. I think I waited long enough before saying hello, although it's not coming up for me over here. Let's close it out and go back in. Let's see. There we go. Now it's there. Hello, hello, and happy Monday. I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope you had a great Easter. I actually got to relax a little bit yesterday afternoon, which was fantastic. We did sunrise service, and of course, where we're at, it kind of looks like we're in the mountains, and so we had a great like a view, and it was wonderful, and then we had a great service, and then ate breakfast with church because we do like a big breakfast after sunrise service, and it was just really renewing. And so anyway, and then today starts back to normal, right? So anyway, I hope you've had a great day. We are going to get started so that I don't keep you for too long tonight. Our cards are not necessarily that complicated, but we should be able to whip through them pretty quick. Yes, Nancy, I was supposed to be on tomorrow, but our meeting has been moved, and so I forget you're not on Facebook because I posted it there. So I need to just start texting you whenever I change things around. I know. Hello, Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So make sure you comment, make sure you share, and then make sure you give the thumbs up because that helps me to reach new people. Hello, Verna. Last week, I drew a name for the Sweet Strawberry stamp set and Gampool Anderson one, so I will get this to you. I have your mailing address, so I will send that right on over to you. And then next week's prize, so as long as you comment so that I know you're here, and you give the thumbs up and do the sharing, it will show me all of that. When you do that, next week's project or next week's gift is going to be the fabulous frames dies. I have an extra set of these that I didn't know I had. So this will be next week's prize. So again, comment, share, thumbs up, and you'll get this. I think that is it for that. Hello, Linda. Hello, Deb, and hello, Sharon, and hello, Heaven Best. Carol, I see that now. I see your name, Carol. Hello, Carol. Actually, you know what? Real quick before I go down to the desk. So I made a boo-boo. Because I'm known for doing that. Sometimes I order too quickly. And I ordered the French version of the postage. I think it's postage. It's the lavender postage set or whatever. It's the one that coordinates with that suite. And I had to order the English. Well, actually Stampin' Up, because they're amazing, sent me the correct one and said, keep this one. So if anyone speaks French or knows anyone who speaks French, I would love to just mail this to you. It is a free gift. So comment here and let me know, or comment in the replay section if you know anybody who would like to have the French version. These sentiments are great. So I would highly recommend this to anyone, obviously, of course, if you speak French. So, all right, I'm going to put you guys down onto the table and we will get started. I'm going to cover it up. And then move you down. Yeah, Kathy, you know, I'm going to have to say I probably do it way more than I should. Way more. I am famous for ordering way too quickly. I get, you know, I just get moving and I get in that mode and I just go. All right, I got to plug in my phone to make sure I don't die. Actually, Nancy, you don't even have to buy it off of me. I will mail it to you because I'm actually going to mail you your club. So since you're not going to be here next week, I've got those 2 that I saved up for you. So I'll just mail it all to you because I didn't necessarily pay for it. So I'm not going to charge anybody to send it to you. So I will put that in your pile that I have right over here so I don't forget. And then I will mail it to you. How about that? Thank you. That is wonderful. Okay, real quick before I get started, I did want to remind everyone these 2 beautiful catalogs are retiring. I will have a video that I'm going to post later this week instead of a Thursday tip. Instead of a Thursday tip, I'm going to do a walkthrough of the catalogs to show you what is retiring. I go through and I put an R on everything. And really what I'm going to probably do is a quick, and I mean real quick walkthrough of what is retiring. But then I'm going to tell you my favorite items that you should get and that you shouldn't live without. But just FYI, if you are interested in ordering anything from these 2 catalogs, things are already selling out. There's, I know, an embossing folder that has, and I think there's 2 embellishments that already have. So, if it's not on the website anymore, it means it's gone. So I just want to say, make sure that if there's anything you want, make sure you get it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you may not get it. Discounts do start on August the 9th, which is next Tuesday. But again, you know, you take the chance not getting something, so totally up to you. I tend to usually be a chance taker. This is the brand new catalog. If you are not a demonstrator, and you need one and you don't already order from me, please email me. There's a link in the description of the video and I will be happy to get a catalog to you. But again, I do say if you're a demonstrator, you're going to get one for free from Stampin' Up. So they do cost a lot of money, a lot of money. And as my customer base grows, which is a great problem to have, it does cost me a lot more to mail them because I just do them straight from Stampin' Up just because it makes it easier. But mine is in and it is so pretty and so well organized. And I think it's going to be a really great year for it. So we will get started. Yeah. We are going to miss Nancy. We're going to miss her a lot. And you know who else isn't going to be there, which I don't think she's on here tonight. We are going to be missing Michelle too. So our 2 funny ladies, well, Kathy will be our funny lady. You'll be our only funny lady there, Kathy. So you'll have to keep the party going. All right, let's dive in. Hello, Angie, to today's projects. And sorry, I got distracted by comments. Excitement isn't always a good thing when we're ordering. Oh my goodness, Kathy, correct. Because how many times do I order something wrong in my excitement? Yes. Oh, and thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate you sharing. So today's projects, we're going to do the Submarine Life. This is not retiring. The bundle prices, so just make sure you know that, but you can still order both the stamp set and the punch starting with the new catalog. It'll flow right on into that. I've had this set for a long time and I've made several cards with this. I do not have the first one I did because it was a birthday card and it's already packaged up and sent out. But I did like a background that was like a technique. I'll go back and find my picture of it. But here is another card I've made with it. This is for my tutorial bundle for the month. And as I was creating that card, I realized that I really loved this bundle. It is a little bit more childish, I will say that, but you can always make it for, like, my brother-in-law is real into the, you know, the beach and the boats and all that, and I get it's a submarine, but you can kind of make it toward, you know, anything that you want. You can turn anything into anything you want, right? Especially when it comes to crafting. So So anyway, so we're going to play with this one. I have 3 cards that we're going to create with it. We're going to do a lot of stamping and a lot of punching. No die cutting. I'm going to pull everything out so you can see it. So that's going to be our first card. This one I kind of geared a little bit more to like the female type because, you know, submarines are not just for males. They can be for the girls too. So we're going to play with this one. The paper is from the Bright and Beautiful 6x6, and I loved the scallops because it kind of reminded me of like the water, the ocean. So that is why I picked that. Hello, Lori. You caught it live. Yay. All right. So let's start with our card base because that is the easiest place to start for me. It's like my brain just goes straight for that. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to take our little circle here. This is from the Stylish Shapes, and we are going to stamp our sentiment. And I stamped it maybe just a little too high on the sample, so I'm going to try to stamp it a little further down. We're going to see if I can do that. There we go. All right, and then on our scrap piece, we are going to stamp our submarine. And I'm going to grab my little foam mat here. With this solid image, it's a little easier to stamp when you have this little cushion up underneath it. All right, so we're going to stamp there like that. And then we are going to stamp in Misty Moonlight. We're going to stamp our little propeller here. And I looked up the name for this, and now I cannot remember. It is, I can't remember now. But anyway, I did look up the name for this, and in something, I did write it down. It might have been the blog post. All right, so I'm just going to stamp that there. Now, I'm doing this the hard way. I don't recommend the hard way, but I did not do a template like I normally do. So we're going to do it this way. And then I'm going to keep these for later because I can actually stamp on those, just not on live because then I'd have to be right over it. So we're going to do it this way tonight. And let's do this way. So we're going to punch this right on out. And Maggie is coming to the door, which means she's probably going to start whining. Yep, there she goes. She hears me talking, so she wants to come join. That's it, Deb. It's a periscope. Thank you. I was going to call it a megascope, and then I was like, that is not right. It is a periscope. All right. Now I'm going to grab my glue dots, and I find it a little easier to take my glue dots and put it on the very edge of the submarine back end. Then we're going to come up here where the periscope will come out, and we're going to adhere right there, the very edge. You want to just make sure you get it all the way to the very edge of it because you don't want to waste too much of your excess here putting it on that glue dot. So it's just going to be a little small piece that'll go there. And then we're going to do that right there on the edge, like that. Then we're going to grab some dimensionals. And we're going to put this one right here. And this one right here. All right, that one there. Then we need to cut our edge because we want a little one here and we want 2 little ones there in order to keep it up. So we're going to do some cutting. We're going to do these in half. And we're going to put one here and one here. Okay. And then we want to do one more. So the great thing about the edges is that you can cut all those down to a really small size. All right, I'm going to stick one more right there. Okay, now we're going to put this onto our circle. We're going to see if I can get these little ones off. All right. And then this is going to stick right here. And I definitely like that placement a little bit better because that periscope is not falling off the side as it is in the sample. Oh, gotcha, Lori. That is fine. Your own pace, your own time. Oh. Your nephew who's in the Navy calls it a snorkel. You know, I mean, it kind of is like a snorkel because that's what kind of pops up to see. Yeah, I think it was periscope that I found as well. And Deb, I saw your comment scroll by a few minutes ago. What's the first item on everyone's wish list? That country suite. With the birdhouse. The birdhouse. Yep. I might be a little obsessed. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I had actually originally was going to go to on stage. A lot of things happened. Life happens. And I just needed to be at work instead. So I ended up not going, but there was an after hours that was taking place. And with that afters hour, you were able to buy one of the bundle suites or one of the bundles. And that was the one I chose, was the one with the little, like the watering can and stuff and the little stool. That was the one I got. So then I didn't, of course, go. So then I canceled all that. So anyway. All right. So I'm putting the DSP onto a piece of lemon lime twist. We are then going to take some ribbon and hold on because I think I have lost my ribbon somewhere. Yep, I lost my ribbon. Huh. Interesting. Oh, there we go. So the problem with sorting through retired stuff is that I tend to accidentally put things in the wrong place. So anyway, all right, so we're going to tie a pretty large bow over here. And then let me see. You know, Deb, I did see that already. I did. I saw his, and then he did quite a few samples of some other ones that I was like not even interested in until I saw his video. And then I was like, oh man, here we go. What is your first pick with the pre-order? What is it, tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. I might not order till Friday so that I don't order wrong things and I can actually sit and look. And I'm sure Kathy already has her list ready. She's usually on top of it on our team. She keeps me straight on our team. So, all right, we're going to put this onto our card front. Then we're going to flip this over and we're going to pop it up because, you know, it just looks better popped up. And I may not have actually popped up the bottom piece on the sample, but that's okay. You can never have too many dimensionals, ever. All right, then we'll stick that right there. And then just to kind of give it like some oceany look, I put out these, and these are the iridescent foil gems. And we are going to add a couple of these for kind of make it look like bubbles. I think these actually look really good as bubbles. But let's see what where we're gonna put all these. We're gonna do, that one can go there. This one will go here. We're gonna do another large one here. And then we'll do another large one down there. All right, and then that is card number 1. Easy peasy for card number 1. Okay, Angie, so yours is hearts and hugs for you. Okay, I gotta go back and look at what that one is. I can't remember. And then welcome to our world, Miss Enabler. I definitely want the unbounded love first. Gotcha. Yep. Well, let's see, the unbounded love one. What is that one? See, there's too many new things and my brain hasn't quite fully wrapped around it yet, because yeah, I need to get there. I need to get there though. All right, so card number 1 is done. We're gonna move on to card number 2. And when I started working on card number 2, I really wanted the scalloped look kind of for waves and stuff. And this is what I came up with. Now I'm gonna tell you, I feel the top part is a little too busy for me. So we're gonna probably scale it down just a little bit. We're gonna maybe arrange these little red ones because they were kind of an after the Poppy Parade. These were kind of an afterthought. So we're gonna kind of scale it down just a little bit. But other than that, I love this card because once you cut out your little scallops, again, it's easy to put together. It's not complicated at all. All right, so let's do this one. So first we're gonna do our card base. And I'm gonna find my bone folder. Oh, Verna, you're undecided. Are you undecided because you have a long list, or you're undecided because you're not quite sure what you like? I will say the first couple of times I looked through it, I wasn't quite sure. But then I kept landing on the country one, so that's where I ended up. All right, we're gonna put this here for now. And I wanna make sure that I have enough. There we go. All right, actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna do it a simpler way. I make things too complicated sometimes. All right, so we're gonna go and put some adhesive on this one. And then we're gonna attach our balmy blue behind it. I'm gonna pull in my little sheet here. All right, then we're gonna do our pool party. Yep. See, I'm making things too complicated for myself. I probably should have started with the bottom one first. All right, then we're gonna put our pool party. And then we're gonna put our misty moonlight. We're gonna get adhesive all the way to the bottom of that one. Okay, then we're gonna put this here. Let me spread it out just a little bit more on this one. All right, there we go. Now you're gonna see we've got that there. So we're gonna stick this in our trimmer. And actually, before we do that, we're gonna just trim off this end just a little bit so that we can put it flat over there. And then we're gonna bring this in and we're gonna chop it down. Okay. All right, now I think that will work. Now I can line everything up for stamping. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of lightly put it here. Right there. Then we're gonna take your list isn't long, just undecided. Now, I will say, yeah, Deb, there are some great sentiment stamp sets in there. Absolutely. They are fantastic. And you know, there's some that are in the current catalog that I didn't even notice were even there until I started looking through the new one just a minute ago, right before I went live. So how about that? Oh, I did want to tell you. So with these dies right here, this is the scalloped contour dies. These are one of my must-have die sets ever. And this one, I probably have only used the flower dies in it, like maybe once or twice, but the scallop and then these two right here are my absolute favorite. So this is a must-have, but it is retiring, so make sure you get your hands on it, okay? Okay, so let's go back to our card. We are going to ink up, and this is Parakeet Party, one of our outgoing in colors. And we're going to stamp right here. And now that I kind of know where my line is going to be, I'm just going to kind of go across. We're going to make some shorter. We'll make one, you know, a little bit taller. And then we're going to come right about here. Okay. And then I didn't put any over there. And I'm going to go ahead before I put on my scallops. We're going to go ahead and stamp our fish. At least one time right there. Okay. All right, then we're going to kind of set it aside for just a moment because then we're going to adhere all of this to the back or to the card front. You could also use some liquid glue. And I cut my Misty Moonlight to exactly where it needed to be. Okay, so we're going to take that and that's what's going to go down on the edge. So I'm going to line it up. And actually, we're going to go down a little bit further because I stamped the fish too low. That's okay. All right, there we go. But I still want to make sure that I'm lining up. Let me make sure I'm in the view here. Lining up that Misty Moonlight. Okay. Nope, and we got to pick it up because maybe this one isn't so easy. Maybe it's just not easy for me. I don't know. All right, hold on. All right. Let's fix our card base here. I got to make sure that I do cover up that. So we're going to have to cover up that little fish there. It'll be all right. I stamped it too low. But it'll just kind of look like it's hiding. Right. All right, I think I got it this time. And now what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the edges. So I'm going to stick it in here. You could also use a really long pair of scissors, but I find I really do easier with a trimmer than anything else. I am not a very straight cutter being left-handed. All right, and then I'm good with the bottom, so we've got that all lined up, so we're good to go. Making things more complicated than they should. All right, so now let's go ahead and stamp some of our other items. So we're gonna do another orange fish. We're gonna stamp that one up here, right there. Then we are gonna, what's the word? what's the word? We're gonna clean. We're gonna clean our stamp. We're gonna go with some Daffodil Delight. And we're gonna come right about here. And then I'm gonna do down here, right there. Then let's take our Poppy Parade and let's do our little ones here. Now I had them going in this direction, but you can also do them in the other direction too. So we're gonna do here. And let's do one down here in the seaweed, right about there. And then let's do another orange. Let's do the orange because we don't want it to be, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's too even for me. So we are going to stamp in orange. And Kathy, I agree. So I might have several sets of them. So they're never going to leave. One set will stay with me forever. For sure. Hello, Kathy Tremblay. How are you? You haven't you haven't gotten yours yet. Neither has Kathy Goldie, but you know, her catalog always has to take a little trip around the world first. She, I don't know what it is about her stuff, but it likes to take a travel first. I think, you know, maybe Kathy, you should see if you could get it to start taking pictures for you. And so when it lands on your doorstep, then you'll have it along with all the pictures of where it's been. All right, we're gonna clean our submarine. And I'm gonna do this. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this right so that I'm not wasting stuff. So I've got a little template here. Here's your technique for the week. All right, so we're gonna stick this down in here. And actually, let's do it on our silicone mat because then it won't stick. And I can adjust it. All right, so there we go. Let's do this one here. Yep. And then let's do this one here. All right, let me fix that because I just moved it. All right, I'm going to pull it to me so I can look over it just to make sure it's all there. I think it's good. All right, so then I'm going to take my block and I'm going to go down just like that. All right, and actually it's probably not going to work. I do need it on 2 because the periscope and the propeller are actually going to be on 2 separate, or it's going to be a different color. So let's just take that off. But we can do it here like this. So we'll stick that one down and then this one down. Let's see if I can get those. There we go. All right, so there we go. Now we have a little template. This might be a little easier. All right, so we're first going to stamp our submarine in yellow, like the yellow submarine. It does, Kathy. It does. All right. And then we want our little pad to put it on. We're going to stick that there. And you know what? Let's see if we can do this. We're going to try another little technique. We're going to see if this works or not. It may not, but we're going to see. You know, it never hurts to try something, right? All right, so we're going to tape that down real quick. Then I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade. We're going to ink these up. I'm going to turn it like this because I'm a lefty. And we're going to see if we can stamp it. I might have to move it a little bit further down so I can see it. Can you see that? Okay. All right, so we got that lined up and that lined up. All right, let's see if we lined it up. That's not too shabby. All right, let's see if I can punch it and it works out. We're gonna see. I'm gonna close all these up. All right. Look at there. Ta-da. All right, so I didn't waste paper that time. Yay. Okay. Now again, we're gonna take our little mini glue dots and we're gonna stick them right there on the edge there. And then we're gonna stick it on the edge right here. Then let's add our periscope or snorkeling. Is that what you called it, Kathy? Goldie? And then we're gonna add our propeller there on the end. And then I did pop up on that one. So we're gonna go ahead and add some dimensionals. And then we're gonna add one more right there. And then again, we just need to cut 3 little ones. We're gonna put this one here. And this one we're gonna put right here. Like that. And then our last one is gonna go right over here. All right. We will then take all the dimensional backings off. And we will put this right into where our waves are, I guess. And we're gonna stick it right about here. There we go. And then last but not least, we're gonna do our sentiment in Poppy Parade. And our sentiment says, just floating by to say hi. This can also be used on our next card, this sentiment. When you turn the submarine into a hot air balloon. Well, it's not a hot air balloon, it's a blimp balloon. So, all right, so there we go. Now I'm gonna flip this over. I'm gonna put some dimensionals on it. And you know what, we're just gonna use these edges since we've already got them. There and there. Okay, and then we're gonna stick this down here. And I did not put a bow at all on this card because I think if you're gonna do it for kids, I don't see a point in adding a bow because they're not gonna be real interested in the bows, but anyway, so that is card number 2. And now let's go to card number 3. I'm gonna actually put these over here so I don't mess them up. All right, and then this is card number 3. So this I have turned into a blimp. And we're using those scallop dies again because, well, I love them. All right, I'm gonna move all those over there. And on this one, we're gonna use the clouds from Give It a Whirl dies. And if you have watched me for a long period of time, you know that the Give It a Whirl dies are my go-to dies. So I might be a little sad about this too. All right, sorry. I'm trying to give myself a little bit more room. I have worked myself into a hole again. Okay. we're going to stick that down there. We're going to pull out there. All right. So on this one, we are going to fold our card base in half. Oh, and I forgot to mention, sorry. There is a blog post that will give you all the measurements and all the supplies that I use. So make sure you go check that out. I'm so sorry, Lori. And you know that I definitely have to say that I'm more of like a cutesy stamper. I like the cutesy stuff. Last week's was definitely, oh, I know, Deb, that was the first thing I went to look for, linen thread. Last week was a huge step outside of my box. Like I don't typically do cards like that. So, but I'm going to start trying to step out a little bit more, but like this stamp set's like totally up my alley. Yep. So I'm glad I convinced you that you need it. And great thing is you have a whole nother year at least. All right, so I'm going to start using some of our retiring ink colors as well. So on this card, we're going to look at Starry Sky and Sweet Sorbet. We've already used tonight. We used our Parakeet Party. So those are retiring. And we're going to stick Happy Birthday down here at the bottom in the center. We had to do a birthday card. Of course, we had to. All right, so since I've got that there, we're going to come over here. We're going to grab that little template that I did again. And we're going to make sure, I might not be able to get this one on here. We might have to, might have to just go separate. We're going to have to go rogue. All right, we're going to clean our pieces and then we're going to stamp these. Oh, you know what? We actually don't even need that one, but it's okay. We'll stamp it anyway. Okay, so we're going to stamp those two. Then we're going to stamp the flag because the flag is, I've lost it. Already, I've lost it. Hold on. There it is. It was in the bottom of the bucket. All right, we're going to stamp the flag because when we flip it around, that's what kind of makes it your blimp, is that's going to be your bottom where the people sit and drive it. And so we're going to add that flag at the top instead of course, a periscope. So, all right. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we stamped that, then we're going to stamp our submarine. And we're going to stamp it in the Sweet Sorbet, so let me clean it. You know, there have been a lot of ocean animals lately. I will give you that one. I think what drew me, though, was that the little, like, snorkels and stuff on them. Which, surprisingly enough, I really haven't even used much of the like snorkel fishes and all that. I guess I could have used it instead of the family of fish, but you know, it'll give me a reason to do another one. You know, you got to use all those pieces first. All right, we're going to stamp that one there. Ta-da. I know, Verna, you know, I'm actually very sad about all these colors that are getting ready to retire because these have been, I've used these a lot, especially Starry Sky, that has definitely been one of my favorites. So, all right, so then we're going to punch these out. And I don't need that, just need that. And now we're going to place this right about here. And then I'm going to take that flag. Oh yeah, so, and I have to say, Sharon, it is not my idea. It was actually in the catalog. Now, of course, not the same card that was in the catalog, but it is, the idea came directly from the catalog. So, all right, so we're going to stick this here. Just kind of make sure we've got it lined up right. Then we're going to stamp it down. All right, we're going to add that glue dot. And we only have to add a glue dot to the edge of this one. And then we'll put that propeller on just like that. We're going to flip it over. Excuse me. And let's see. We're going to put our dimensionals on. That one's over a little bit, but that's okay. And then we're going to, of course, do our little half. And we're going to put one over here and one over here. And we'll put this on. And we're going to line it up right about here. Ta-da. Okay, then next thing we're going to do is, I have a lot of this twine left. So I thought, you know what, we're going to match the background and go with some of this Tahitian tide. We're going to wrap it around. And we're going to tie a bow. And I got to concentrate because it's twine. All right, there we go. Now we're going to trim off these little edges, and I don't want the bow too big because I don't want it to overpower the blimp or the sentiment. All right, there we go. I think that's good. So then we'll trim off the ends like that. Okay, so then there's our little piece. So now let's add our cardstock or our DSP to the card front. Sorry, I was reading Deb's message. If you do the card landscape, you would have room to put a banner. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. And you know what would work perfectly for that banner too, to like attach it to go? It would be from the new little airplane set or suite that's in the new catalog, because it has one of those like little banner attachments to the back. Yes, it would. All right, we're going to do liquid glue, my least favorite adhesive. I was working on something the other night. I can't remember what it was. And y'all, I did some of the liquid glue to put a background on, and I had glue everywhere because guess what? I dropped it. And as I dropped it, of course, it got all over the table, and then proceeded to put my hand in it. So, you know, my clumsiness. Yep. Hey, there you go. That's right, Deb. That's right. Gotta have both. Okay, so now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. If I can get them off. And go here and here and there. Oops, I didn't need that many. All right. Okay, now it won't come off. There we go. My dimensionals are not being very friendly to me tonight. The backs will not come off. That means they'll be really sticky, which is great. All right, so then this one's going to go here in the center. Get as straight as I possibly can. Then we are going to do some clouds, and these are from the Give It a Whirl dies. So we're going to add some clouds to our piece here. We're going to put 2 dimensionals on this one there and one there. Then we're going to just add regular adhesive. And then we're going to stick this here on the corner. Like that. Then this one, we're going to do one of those little tiny ones again where we cut it like this. And we're going to attach it in here on this end right there. And then we're going to put adhesive the rest of the way down. And this is going to hang off right here on the edge. Like that. This one is going to have a little, we just need it to have a little, actually I don't even need it that big. I need to do a half of one. Let's do a half. And then adhesive the rest of the way down. And then this one's going to go right here. Alrighty. That is card number 3. All right, let me pull in all of the other ones. Let me get my mess out of the view. I will be cleaning up a lot tonight for sure. All right. And then there we go, and there we go. So those are the 3 cards. And this is a class, so you can get it free with a purchase when you use this host code. I also noticed today that apparently I haven't changed the host code in a while. So I am closing out that one on a Friday at midnight, and then I will start a new one on Saturday. So so just make sure that if you do want to get this class and use that host code, that you do it by Friday. Make sure you go check out the blog post, which is at simplyelizabethcrafts.com, and it'll give you all the projects, all the measurements of the card stock that I used, so that if you are a demonstrator already, or you've already purchased or whatever, and it's just not in the budget, you can recreate it on your own. So all of that is there for you. That is something I feel is important for crafters, is to be able to recreate things. I did have a couple announcements beyond that really quick. Hold on. Let me grab my stuff. For those of you who ordered in last week from me, the last week of March, I will be getting out your March tutorial bundle to you later tonight. That is on my calendar to do. So make sure that you look at your inbox for that. There were a ton of projects last month, and I already put mine up, but mine is there. So April tutorial. This month, there are 43 projects. Yay! There are some great cards in this. And just when you spend $50 or more before tax and shipping, you get this tutorial bundle for free. Or you can just purchase it right out for $15 from me. And then, of course, that is the card from me, and it's right there. All right, and then last but not least, the last thing I have for you is the spring retreat. It is April the 19th and 20th. Next Monday will be the close of spring retreat registration. So make sure you let me know if you want to come. And if you have not registered yet, send me an email, because the registration link with Constant Contact has closed because they have changed their event stuff. And so I haven't prepped that new code, so just send it to me, because that's on my list to do tonight as well. And there will be another email that'll come out with that new link in it. So it shut the old one down, and it's going to bring up a new one. So anyway, long story short, email me. I'll make sure you get it. Spring retreat, I've already started doing everything. I'm super excited about it. I'm loving the cards that are being created. And there is a side class with the coffee set. And just FYI, I'm not a coffee drinker, but there will be like a hot chocolate with some marshmallows on one of them. So I will appeal to all with those hot drinks that we like. So anyway, again, registration is over on April the 8th. And I will tell you, if you can't make it in person, you can always do a to-go class, or do the retreat as to go. I've had several already register as to go. So that is that is that. And I think that's it for tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys later. Oh, good, Sharon. Lori, sorry. And Kathy. Oh, you just talked yourself into it. Sorry, Kathy. I love you, Kathy. So anyway, all right, have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.